All right, this is lesson 2.3 in algebra. Oops, not 6, 2.3. This is solving multi-step equations. Okay, again, you have done almost all of this before. Okay, this is nothing new. I am going to start from the beginning. Something like this, 2x plus 1 equals 7. Now, here's the deal. First thing you do on any equation is line on the equal sign. You got to separate the sides of the duplex, right? That equal sign tells you something. What's the equal sign tell you? That they're equal, right? That they're balanced, that both sides are the same. They're not asking you, they're telling you. So whatever you do to one side, you have to keep it, right? You got to keep it equal, so you got to do it to the other side. So here's the deal. In problems like these, you actually have to simplify each side. You have to look at each side and decide, is there anything else that you can do? Is there anything I can do to that 7 to make it any simpler than just 7? No. Is there anything over here that I can do to make it simpler, 2x plus 1? Can I combine anything? Can I combine like terms? Can I do anything that would make it simpler? The answer is no. It is simplified. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is this. You're going to take the side that needs work, the side with the variable, and you're going to have to clear out everything, right? You got to get them alone because variables are hermits. What is the rule? Which one do I do first, the 2 or the 1? The 1. What is the reason? It's you. This is like a brand new problem over here. That's a brand new problem. And we're going to go in reverse order of operations. Whatever you would normally do first, you're going to do last. Okay, so we're going to go from the bottom to the top. We're going to do adding and subtracting first. That's why we take care of that plus 1. How do I get rid of the plus 1? Minus 1, minus 1. 2x equals 6. Now we go to, you know this, divide by 2, x equals 3. That's the simplest one possible. What if I have this? Line down the equal sign. Can I simplify this at all? No. Can I simplify this at all? Is there anything I can do to make that simpler? Can I combine anything? No. Okay, so I now look at this and I go, okay, which one am I going to take care of first? The m's not happy. There's a 4 and there's a 6. Which one do I get rid of first? The 6, because it's reverse order of operations. I do the adding and subtracting first. Minus 6 minus 6. Don't go too fast here that you go m over 4 equals 4. Don't do that because that's wrong, right? What did I do wrong? It's not equal to 4 over there. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. You've got to keep excellent track of your negatives. If you don't, your answer will be the opposite of what it's supposed to be. The difference between negative 1 and 1 is they're opposites. You didn't come close. You chose the opposite. It would be like me saying, is metaphysics parabolic? And you said yes. And I said, oh, that's close. The answer was no. See, there's no close. They're opposites. So it's not that you came close if you put down negative 4 when the answer was 4. You're as far away as you could possibly be. It's the opposite. So keep track of your negatives. Now what? Now the m is being divided by 4, multiplied by 4, multiplied by 4. M equals negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. Make sense? Okay. Something else. Sometimes the problems look like this. Okay, this is a little tricky. This one's a little tricky. What's the rule? First of all, line down the equal sign. Is the variable happy? No. Can I simplify this any? Can I make that simpler? No. Can I simplify this? Can I combine anything? No, there's nothing to combine. I can't simplify it. What I mean by simplified is I might give you a problem that looks like this. You know, x plus 4 plus 5 equals 12. And you go, okay, can I simplify the 12? No. Can I simplify anything over here? Yeah, I can put the 4 and the 5 together. Does that make sense? I can make that x plus 9 before I start to actually solve the problem. So anyway, this one up here, so we're going to go like this. We're going to look at this and see, okay, simplified, yes, simplified, yes. Okay, I'm going to solve this. Which one am I going to do first, the 4 or the 3? This is important. What's 1? Now, what's the rule? The rule says you do reverse order of operations. And I'll tell you right now, that's exactly what you do. You do the reverse order of operations. What is invisible up here? There is a parentheses around that top. Do you remember that? Oh, that's why we don't do the 4 first. Because it's in parentheses, which means we're going to do that. We're going to do the parentheses last. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Remember, there's invisible parentheses on the top of a division problem. So now we're going to go, okay, what do I do now? It's being divided by 3. We multiply by 3, multiply by 3. They're gone. X plus 4 equals 6. Minus 4 minus 4. X equals 2. Does that make sense? That's a weird one, right? That one's a weird one because it looked like you were going to deal with the 4 first, but you weren't because it's in parentheses. Okay. Let me give you a quick little quiz on this stuff, and we'll see that you know it. And then I have one other type of problem I have to show you. So here's your little quiz. All right, here we go. Let's watch. First one, line on the equal sign. Variable happy, nope. Lots going on. Which one do I take care of first? Kermit, -3 or -4? -4. Add 4, add 4. This is the first tricky part right here because you go -3m equals. What is -1 plus 4? It's 3, right? And this one's, when they get close to 0, you should be able to just, in your brain, figure that one out. That's 3. Divide this by -3, divide this by -3m equals. What is 3 divided by -3? -1. The answer to the first one is -1. Raise your hand if you got -1. Did you get 1? Okay. No? What happened?
I just put -3 because I switched to 1 and 3.
Okay. The next one. Okay, lots going on here. Let me separate these problems better. Okay, lots going on. Different things could happen here, right? What was the problem in the end here? When you look at this, you should see something and go, wait a second. That y is negative, right? So you know you're eventually going to have to deal with that. The y being negative. It's not a big deal. It's actually very simple, but we'll deal with that later. I mean, you could deal with it right this second, but let's not. Okay. Here we go. Line on the equal sign. Which one am I going to take care of first? The 6 or the 3? Or deal with the y being negative? Remember, this up here is in parentheses, so we don't touch that stuff until the end, right? That means we have to multiply both sides by 3, okay? -y plus 6 equals -30. Do I still... Which do I take care of first? The y being negative now or the 6? The 6, right? Because this -y is like a -1y, right? There's a 1 there. That means it's being multiplied, but that's second. -6 minus 6. -y equals -36. Now we deal with this. The y is negative. That's no good. How do I turn... If I don't like the negative there, what do I do? Multiply everything by -1. You're going to multiply everything by -1. What does multiplying by -1 do? It flips every sign, right? This becomes y equals 36. How many of you got that? Okay. That's good. All right, let me show you then the other type of problem you're going to have, and that is this. Sometimes they'll ask you a question. They'll say, 1 second here. 3 consecutive numbers that add to 39. So listen, they might say, tell me 3 consecutive numbers that add to 39. What does consecutive mean? What does consecutive mean? It means in order, right? Consecutive means in order. Like these pages in this book are consecutive because this is page 93, the next page is 94, the next page is 95, right? That means consecutive, in order. So 3 consecutive numbers, so numbers that are in order, that add to 39, or I could say that have a sum of 39. This is how you figure this out. I will show you, okay? I'm going to show you how you set this problem up. You set it up by going n, that's the number we're talking about, right? N is the first number, plus, remember, it's the sum of these things, right? Plus, what is the next number after n? What's the next number after n? Listen, if I say 15, what's the next number after 15? How did you get that? What did you do to the 15 to get 16? You added 1. Oh, so this one is n, and then the next number is n plus 1. And what would the next number be? What would 17 be? We're talking about 15 here, right? We started at 15, so the next number would be n plus 1. What would the next number be? N plus 2. Plus n plus 2. That is the equation right there. That's the formula to finding this. Now, what are we saying that this all equals? 39. So I have to rewrite this because I made it too big. n plus 1 plus n plus 2. Okay, equals 39. Let's work this out. Line on the equal sign. Is this as simple as it can be? Yes. Is this as simple as it can be? Not even close. What is n plus n? There's parentheses here, but it doesn't even matter. We can't do anything inside those parentheses, right? So, what is n plus n plus n? 3n. 3n, and then plus 1 plus 2 is plus 3 equals 39. Does that make sense? Now what do I do? Minus 3 minus 3. 3n equals 36. Divide by 3, divide by 3. N equals 12. So if n is 12, what are the 3 numbers? 12, 13, and 14. Let's see if that's true. What is 12, 13, and 14? When you add them up, they add up to 39. Does that make sense? Try one. I'm going to give you 1 second here. I'll make it kind of easy, but I want you to use the formula, okay? I want 3 consecutive numbers that add... Sorry, I'll make it more formal. With a sum of 153. 3 consecutives with a sum of 153. All right, here's the deal. What you need to do here is what you need to do. N plus 1 plus n plus 2 equals 153. Right? Simplify this guy. What's it come out to? 3n plus 3 equals 153. Minus 3 minus 3. 3n equals 150 divided by 3 divided by 3. N equals 50. So what are the 3 numbers then? 50, 51, and 52. Right? Question.
So is that always going to be 3n plus 3?
No. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Here's the next one. I want you to try and figure this out. 3 consecutive odd integers with a sum of 69. 3 consecutive odd integers with a sum of 69. You're going to have to figure out what to do, what the difference is between what we were doing before when it said consecutive integers and now consecutive odd integers. So here's the deal. Consecutive odd integers. So let's use small numbers so we can see. Just name for me any three consecutive odd integers. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, right? Consecutive odd integers, right? So could be, 51, 53, 55, anything, right? So what is true? Whatever the first number is, how did I get the second one of those? Plus 2. How did I get the third one of those? Plus 4. Does that make sense? It's that simple. You're just setting the problem up. Instead of it being plus 1, that would be consecutive integers. These are consecutive odd ones. It's plus 2 and plus 4. So it goes n plus 2 plus n plus 4 equals 69. Right? Got to simplify this. What's it look like? 3n, right? n plus n plus n, 3n plus 6 equals 69. Minus 6 minus 6. 3n equals 63. Divide by 3, divide by 3. N equals 21. What are the 3 consecutive odd integers then? 21, 23, 25. Is this an easy one for you to double check and make sure you got it right? You would just add 21, 23, 25 and see if it comes out to 69. Does that make sense? How many of you got that? Okay, do you see now how you get it? Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you one to try. One last one to try here. I have a question. What if I did the same exact thing, but I said even integers? What would you do? It's the same thing, right? It would be n plus 2 plus n plus 4 equals whatever number we're talking about. Okay, so here we go. 3 consecutive odd again integers with a sum of 435. 435, where's that number? Oh, I'll give somebody a grade buck if they can tell me what that number is famous for. Where in the United States of America is 435 famous? That's a number of something. No. Guys, try it. Figure it out. Anybody have any idea? 435. You will know by the end of the year. I guarantee it. That should tell you something. In history, you'll know by the end of the year the number 435. It is how many members there are in Congress. But you didn't get it, so no grade books. Too bad. Yeah, too bad. Too bad. Okay, how do I set the problem up then? Scotland, how do I set up the problem?
N plus parentheses n plus 2 plus parentheses n plus 4 equals 435.
Line down the equal sign. Simplify this. 3n plus 6 equals 435. Minus 6 minus 6. 3n equals 429. Divide by 3, divide by 3. What does 429 divided by 3 equal? 143. So then what are the 3 consecutive odd integers? 143, 145, 147. How many of you got 143, 145, 147? Yes. Yes. Okay. You guys are good to go. Let me give you your homework. You'll have about 7 minutes to work on it. There it is.